today. I've got about 5 minutes that I can talk before I've got to go to work. So I just wanted to make this quickly now because I googled phone number, Grant Cameron, who was the corporate lawyer. He specialises in corporate cases against. He did Lake Alice victims. Apparently, this is what they tell us on the internet. And he won the case for a few of the victims that made claims again of how they were treated when they were in there, when they were putting them through electric shock treatment and drowning them and doing whatever they were doing to them. So I just googled the number, and it came up that the page or server or something was not found, and yet it still had another phone number under. So I'm guessing when I rang the number, this lady with she sounded like she had a slight foreign accent to her, and I asked her if Grant Cameron was still practicing. She said yes, and then I explained a bit to her about what I'm asking about for this could be up and coming case against this Christian cult camp in Greymouth. I don't know if you just heard that conversation, but I just got a phone call from the place. Now, when I rang up, I spoke to this lady who had a slight foreign accent, and she she told me that they don't do that sort of court case anymore. Like, I'm like, what? You don't do that? I explained to her that I was there as a baby, and that they were illegally doing illegal experiments on us babies and children, and so. She said, "No, I'm sorry, we don't deal with that kind of law." And I go, "What kind of law?" And bitch didn't know what she was on about. She actually hung up on me. I was like, "What the fuck?" So I rang up again, and the second time some other chick answered. Well, it might have been the same one, but this chick answered, and I go, "Oh, hi, are you the girl I was just speaking to?" And she said, "No." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." I just rang the exact same number. I just hit redial. So she went on to say she reckons she wasn't the same person that answered the phone, which she does sound kind of slightly different. So I explained to her about this, or what I had just told the last chick on the phone about my microchip and how I'm waiting for a surgeon and I'm waiting to see TVNZ and everything like that. And she goes, "Oh, well, I don't know if we deal in those kind of cases." Oh, no, hang on, the second phone call. They hang up on me again, so I rang on the third phone call, like just now. Just now, if you just heard that when she rang, while I was talking to you. And then I explained again. She said that she would bring up, she would find out from Grant Cameron whether he would handle that type of case. And so she brings me back, and she reckons, "Look, I've spoken to Grant Cameron, and we're not able to deal with this kind of case." Now, what a load of fucking shit. Now, I'll tell you what these cunts do. They intercept your phone calls, right? They can fuck with your bank accounts. They've got, like I said, they enslave people, and they've got a lot of people working within the government departments, white-collar people, ball heads, and all that sort of carry on, so that they can fuck with a lot of people, and a lot of people are actually scared that they're going to die. They've got people who are surgeons in the hospital everywhere. They've got to be exposed. I think it's time they were exposed, because they've just been fucking with us for too long, and forcing people to do things, and they need to be exposed. They're not the good guys. Actually, I know gangsters, fucking gang members, who are better behaved than these cunts. Excuse my language, but I get mad at people like this. So, to me, this website, this is what they do. They've got people that they force or they imprison, and they got writers and all sorts, and they can like create websites and all these bullshit websites that you look up on the internet. And because they're always intercepting, like, listening to your phone calls and tapping into all your shit, and they've had like keys that have been coming into my home, like going through all my paperwork everywhere I've gone for years. They've been going through all my shit, so they always know everything about me. So I'm pretty happy about this Facebook Live stuff now, because at least I can tell somebody. I know I'm not crazy, and that I'm not alone. And if I put it out there too on Facebook, that other people will be able to relate. So the last time I rang up Grant Cameron's office, that I know where they are. I know exactly where they are. It will get out. It'll get out there. If he's not the lawyer that can do it, then I will find a lawyer who can. Otherwise, this bitch better have my fucking money to keep my mouth shut. Because they need to be exposed. Assholes owe me fucking thousands. And my parents, I think what the bottom line is that they don't want the murder to be exposed. The murder of my parents, that's what it is. Over thousands and thousands of acres of land. So, yeah, I just had to put that on Facebook. I've got to go soon because I've got to go to work. I did want to talk more. I'll talk another time. I wanted to talk about all the effects of what they've done to me down in being able to hear voices and telepathically communicate with people, which was part of scientific experiments that were done in America. So I've been reading about them but there were some really good videos on YouTube that have now disappeared. I should have shared them to my Facebook page, but I can't find them now, which was like bang on to what I can relate to, how they can, one video I watched said that with these implants that they put inside your head, however they do it, with the front of your jaw, and I have had problems with my right jaw, and I do have flashbacks of them pulling something out of my neck as a child when I was at the camp. I don't know what it was, but yeah, have had problems. I'll talk more about that in the next video when I make a longer one. I just don't have the time now. Yeah, okay, I've got to go, Lou. Hello. Bye-bye.